Okay, I redid this section, make this a little clearer how to do it. Here's the coil connector that we've probably broken, replacing plugs on our Mustang. And this is what we want to end up with. This is going to go back on. Two things I want to talk about real quick. Notice how the white piece here is sticking out, but here's one. You see it's pushed in. So the first thing we have to do is get this white thing pried out a little bit. Otherwise you can't free the pins up from the back. And the rest is pretty easy. Here's the wire harness that we want to pull out. And I'll just tell you now, when these wires come out, it's very important to go back in the same way. So if I can get this in here, there's a long side, and the bottom side here, and then a notch here. And there's a little dimple. I don't know if you can see it. These ones don't have it. Okay, so that's not important. Anyways, it's important that these go back in the same way. So this is up on our plug, and we want to make sure that the long side is down when these go back in, okay? And if you look closely at the front, you're going to see, whoops, sorry. Here's the tools you need. You're going to need a little tiny screwdriver, eyeglass, or one like this, a little tiny specialty screwdriver, and a paper clip. And that'll get it out. And these little tiny holes at the top are what we're going to push the paper clip in. So to get started, get this white thing out. There's little tabs on the side. You might be able to see it here if I can turn this thing the right way. If you see down in there, there's two little slots. So there's a little tab in here, and I go in on this little notch here, and you just got to kind of fiddle with this a little bit. You can hear it clicking. And I'm just trying to lift that enough so I can get this up. So I'm trying to get one side first and then the other. So it takes a little bit of, there we go. See that? And then if you need to, you can pull a little further. So now it popped out. Okay. So I did that first because if for some reason I broke these tabs in here, this piece would be junk. And then the rest is pretty easy. We're going to go in from the back. There's a little slot here. And go in this way, just kind of force it in, twist it a little, and you'll see that back starts coming out. Just get your thumbnail in there, pops right out, okay? And then there's a little blue rubber seal in here that we're going to just kind of pry out with the screwdriver, okay? That comes right out. It's pretty sturdy. All right, so the last step now is to get our wires out. We take a relatively stiff paper clip. And again, making sure I get it right up in that little pin at the top. And look at that, that pops right out. If you don't get that white piece out, you won't get these pins out. It locks them in place. And here's our third one. Okay. And that's ready to go now. And so you basically reverse this process in your Mustang, or an F-150 for that matter. And keep the black end cap and the blue piece on your existing wires. There's only two on the Mustang. And after you get those pins back in, you'll hear them do a little click when they're in place. Push this front piece back down, and you'll be good to go. And then this thing will lock in place. All right, so here's the one on that I broke. And if we can see the end of it, it's got the clips busted right out of here. This metal part's just moving around. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. That thing there is busted. It's sliding, it's not, so it doesn't lock in place. The only thing I say I got to do here, there's tape wrapped around this section of the wire. I'm going to have to get that tape back so I have enough room to pull the back of this away from the system. So anyways. Okay, so I got those off. You see, we only have two wires on this. Keeping in mind the brownish purpley one is on the left and the white is on the right. All right, so I got the pins in there, and now when I push them, they go in all the way, and I can hear. I'm gonna do some pliers here. I can hear a little snap, little tiny click. And there we go. When they go in all the way. Come on, get in there. There. So now they shouldn't be able to just pop back out. Nope. Okay, but now what I got to do is push this guy in tight. There. See how that went in a little bit below flush? Okay, so now I'm just going to put the blue and the black end caps back in and plug her in. Okay, so I put the wires in. Remember, keeping in mind which is the top and the bottom, like we said before on those inserts. And then here's, you notice the little blue thing's the same. So I'm just going to kind of force that down in there. Give a little tap here and there. Plugs are in. Take this guy. This is the factory one. And just force it on. Look at that. Okay, so put that all back together. Got our two wires the right way. I had to make sure the white end, it was sticking out a little bit on these, so I had to make sure that was pushed in all the way. There we go. You heard it click. And see, it doesn't want to pull out. So again, the trick to pulling these out, when you go to do them, if you get under here a little bit and just give it a light pry, look at that, it just slides right out. So that's what happened. I was prying it with a screwdriver, like all the other dumb videos I saw, and it busted that little clip off. So I'm as good as new. I'm going to put a little tape on that and give it a quick test run, and I got a quick surprise here at the end. Okay, to make up for all the damage I did, I'm going to put these sweet little carbon fiber painted, the whole thing's painted actually, but it looks like carbon fiber on here. There we go. Ooh, nice. Kind of goes with my radiator cover. All right, that's it. That's a wrap. I got one more to do. Or thought I ordered 4 of them. I only got 2, so got to wait for one more to come in.